Now, in domestic news, the prosecution dealing with the aftermath of two separate scandals is seeking a new beginning with a new prosecutor-general. President Park Geun-hye's pick to take the job found himself in front of lawmakers on this Wednesday, answering questions about how he would right the ship. Our Kim Jin-tae reports.
Prosecutor-general nominee Kim Jin-tae told lawmakers Wednesday that he will thoroughly reform the prosecution and win back the people's trust, if confirmed.
I will work to bring about a change of thought. I will conduct a study into how prosecutors should bear themselves as public servants, go about investigating crimes, and work efficiently, and win the people's trust. Then, I will share the findings with all prosecutors and make sure they follow them.
Kim, the former deputy chief of the Supreme Prosecutor's Office, would be walking into his new job at a time of crisis. His predecessor, Choi Dong-wook, resigned in September amid allegations that he fathered a child out of wedlock. Opposition lawmakers allege that the presidential office pulled strings to push Choi out of office because it was displeased with the way he handled an investigation into the spy agency's alleged meddling in last year's presidential election. Internal divisions within the prosecution were then made public last month in a televised dispute between Yoon Sung-yeol, the lead prosecutor who spearheaded a probe into the spy agency scandal, and his superior, Cho Young-gon. Yoon claimed that his probe into the spy agency was undermined by external pressure, while Cho said that Yoon had failed to follow proper procedure in his handling of the case. What does the Prosecutor-General nominee think about the divisions?
I think the prosecution has exposed something it shouldn't have. If confirmed, I will tighten discipline and make sure the prosecution doesn't disappoint the public.
The nominee also vowed to establish the political neutrality within the prosecution and conduct all its investigations fairly. Ruling party lawmakers asked the Prosecutor-General nominee where he stands on launching a special probe into allegations that the spy agency and military meddled in the December presidential election. The nominee said that's a matter to be determined by the National Assembly and that he would follow its decision. Kim Jin-tae, Arirang News.